Sorry.
I saw that coming and started laughing and then coughed.
I'm so sorry.
So sorry.
All right. And thank you for joining our post-match press conference. We will begin with Izzy Rodriguez and Ali Sentinor. Please use the raise your hand feature, or you can type your question into the chat. And we have time for just a few. And Daniel, we will start with you.
Hey there. Didn't feel like the performance was as cohesive as what we had seen the last couple of games. What was your guys' take on it, and just what was your take on the way that that game kind of played out?
Yeah, I think we wanted to come into this away environment. Sorry, I'm gonna wait just. Echoing, sorry.
Yeah.
Hello? Okay. I think, should I just go? Okay. We knew it was going to be hard coming to this away environment. LA is a great team. They're really scrappy and they have a great mentality, and we really just wanted to come in and match that. And I think we had a lot of chances in this game. It became a really gritty game, and it didn't go our way necessarily, but I think we have a great chance to bounce back this weekend.
Daniel, do you have any follow-ups?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, what can you guys learn from a matchup like that? Because I feel like with the way you guys kind of picked apart North Carolina, Chicago, Houston, teams might try and do that high press on you guys and kind of try and match your energy that you guys put into the game. And how do you feel like you can kind of learn from a game like tonight where you said the game got a little scrappy there?
Yeah, I think you can learn from every game, whether it's a win or a loss. Honestly, I think we had the spaces tonight that were different than other games, so we now look at it and it's only going to add to our toolbox of things we can do moving forward, whether that's playing into seam 2 to bounce it to then go over the top. We're going to just add tools to our arsenal, and I think some of the things that we've been doing in the previous games just weren't on this game, so now we look at the film, we analyze it, and add those things moving forward.
Any others, Daniel?
Sure. I guess I'll keep rolling here. Defensively, I think both goals kind of, especially the second one, kind of a fluky play where that ball bounces out there to Fuller. How do you guys kind of chalk up what Angel City threw at you offensively, and how that kind of played out?
Yeah, I think Angel City has some really good players on the ball, and I think we had a moment to clear some of these balls, but as a team, I think things just bounced away, and we made the effort to get blocks on the ball and make things happen. Sometimes those things just don't go our way, but they're going to throw numbers at us. They're going to get forward. They wanted to transition and get balls in the box and around the box, and I think we're just going to learn from that and how we can kind of win those second balls maybe.
And we will turn it over to Gerald for the last one.
Hey, Izzy and Ali, good effort. Glad to see Ali punch one into the goal. I just wondering, what's the mindset and the mentality now with the tight turnaround coming back to play a home game on Sunday? Kind of unusual in the season, having this midweek game and then having to be a cross-country flight as well.
Yeah, I think that what fuel to go into a home game on Sunday, like we obviously never want to lose, but nobody wants to play us after a loss at home. So I think that we really have a few days just to recover for a day and then really get to the film and then just put our mentality down. Like we don't want to let these games accumulate, and I think that we have plenty to learn from, plenty to be happy about from this game, and we will show up and really start fast and finish strong in the game on Sunday. So I think we have a huge opportunity in front of us with our fans. Like, we just want to make them proud.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. We will be back with Coach shortly. back with head coach Chris Armas. Same thing as before. Please use the raise your hand feature or you can type your question into the chat. We have time for just a couple, and Daniel, we will start with you again.
Hey, Coach. In this one, it seemed like there was a couple of moments there where, maybe Lorena can make the save, and maybe you guys clear the ball, and maybe Lo makes the penalty, and then, it's a different scoreline, and we're kind of looking at something different. You've talked about the margins over the last couple of weeks. Where do you feel like the team kind of fell short in those today? I guess in the way that this result played out.
Yeah, listen, there's, as we've seen so far this year, there's different types of games. And, some recently where we're really on top of things, creating lots of chances where, 3-0, some of those could maybe be 4-5-0. But there's also games when it's much, much tighter. And, we were still able to create chances on the night, a couple of big ones. Not as many as you've seen lately, but on those nights, can you become a team, that with a few good ones you can convert and win those games. But I would say that the team we put ourselves in a good spot. I'm proud of the way we came back from going down a goal. We get ourselves back in it, and we really made a good push in the second half. Didn't give up too much. Of course, the goal hurts that we can that we concede, but our team fought hard to the very end, and that's we got to look hard. We learn, but these games that get tight, you got to find a way to sway the margins. But get back home and get ready for a quick turnaround for Sunday.
One thing Ali said just before you came on here was that that some of the looks that were there for them in the last couple of games weren't. As teams have kind of maybe studied your recent success, how do you guys go back in and kind of find different solutions now for, what teams might perceive as a blueprint to kind of break up the way that Croy and Ali and Temwa had been, and even Michelle had been so dangerous in the previous games?
Well, where we came on the road and, Angel City, defended in a back five. They sat deeper, tried to limit our transition, which I think is a smart way to go about it. When teams do that and sit more in a 5-2-3, 5-4-1, other things become important. 1v1s in the wide areas, little combinations in the interior part of the pitch. So then our sharpness on the ball, how to set the next play up. Like we scored the goal was, for me, a great goal from some nice combination play, top of the box. That stuff becomes really important. Set pieces, the deliveries, and that it becomes much harder. In the end, we don't have to put out that many fires defensively, and we're able to build some momentum, and we put ourselves right there. So, if teams sit deeper against us, 5 in the back, then other things we have to get sharp at some of the other things become important, as I just mentioned.
Anything else, Daniel?
Just, I know road games have been kind of tough. I know, similar to MLS, maybe the parity in this league makes road games difficult no matter where you go or who you're playing. What do you feel like you guys have kind of learned from some of these road results that maybe can help end up let's say come down playoff time where you do have to go on the road potentially and kind of must win games if that is the case?
Yeah, if we've played 5 on the road, we played the 3 span where we rotated a bunch. It was the short rest week. We thought we did a lot to win the game in Chicago. We didn't. The Seattle-Portland ones were tough for us. We win in North Carolina, and tonight we put ourselves in a spot to win the match against the way I would describe is a talented Angel City. We had a tough block to break down, and then they brought on some of their weapons in the second half. So the margins are thin in this league. You're right, and home and away. So it's just a reminder, that we always have to bring our A game, step on the pitch, and really test other teams' good stuff with our good stuff. And We know that. So it's as I always say after in these press conferences, there's work to do. So we'll get right back to work and regroup and get ready for a big one on Sunday.
We will turn it over to Gerald for the last question. Your mic if you have a question.
Coach, given this unusual schedule because of the World Cup coming up, we have 2 current games and then a long break. Does that change the process any going in? Because really you have 2 matches and then almost an additional training camp.
Yeah, no, for us, it's so much about one game at a time and try to carry some momentum into the break, which I bet most teams are thinking that way. So, yeah, it's you always want to sit on some good performances, some victories heading into the break, and then knowing that the players will get a little bit of time off, and then we get a bunch of days to train and just keep getting healthy, keep getting fit as we can be, and as sharp as we can be defensively, offensively, transition moments, set pieces, and time will help that. So really about trying to get, points, as many as we can head into the break and with momentum.
Great. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.